Hi there, welcome back. It's David Woland, and the creator and developer of the Digit Lottery System, the Pick My 3 website. Shout out to my California followers. Today we're going to be repeating a video I did for my Ohio followers, the Pick My 3 followers in Ohio. As you all know, and we all know, the site has been in the midst of a transfer, and so missed a few draws there. And I know my California followers of the Pick My 3 system there are eager to get the numbers back online. Okay, so and of course, as in the other video, I'm going to take this opportunity to let you in on a little of the process of how the numbers are generated and the Digit Lottery System itself. We'll discuss a little bit about it. But for viewers' pleasure, you'll get to see. We'll have to do some of the actual draws because we did miss several days. I've got the database populated as I've finished Ohio. I got started on the California database too. I had to populate the database with the missed numbers, so I'll show you a little bit of that, and then we'll go on and we'll run the missing days, the missing draws, so that you can see whether or not the system would have predicted the correct combinations on those days. Because as you know, as a follower, the player who you're watching follow a player until he gets to a point near his average or after, and you start following them, and then of course you need to know whether that player is hit, even if you weren't privy to the draws. Okay, so you will be privy to those two. Looks like, well, we left off on the 16th here. Well, actually, we may have left off further than that. I just got the database a little further along. So we'll see that when we get back to the actual program itself. But since it's the 16th here, today it's the 18th of March. We only have a couple draws to fill in here. All right, so let's just, if you are interested in how that happens, we of course we track all the California numbers, the Ohio numbers, the Florida numbers, but we've got them all the way back to the beginning, and the database is just as sublime as California's site online, because the site takes directly from their postings, okay, each night. But let's get up to current. So we left off on the 16th here. We're going to have to populate the following 2 days, okay? And let's get to work. First off, of course, we'll have to get the numbers from the California website here. I'm going to turn this off here. So have you been to the? This is the Ohio site. We got California here. Let's throw that up there. If you want to follow, the reason you'd like to follow on Facebook is that you'll get alerts to when the player postings go online. So it doesn't always happen at the same time every day, and so it's, you'll want an alert so that you have time to play the set. Okay. All right. Well, let's get out of here, and let's get to the California site. And let's get those past draws. For the daily 3. Now, on the site you can get, probably about 180 draws worth of past draws, which might be enough. But if you are in need of the entire database, I do offer those, and you can contact me. I will post the links in my in the descriptions a little later. But for now, we're gonna get these starting with the 17th. It looks like midday. We're gonna need that. So let's get back there. I may sound a little, nonchalant, but I just did a video for Ohio, and we did about 14 numbers that had not been had been lost, and we reran. The system's able to go back and rerun it as if the numbers hadn't occurred yet, and you can get a good idea of how many numbers have missed or hit since the system's been down. It's been now about I would say for California maybe 20 days here. So let's get going here and get it up to date. Okay, so the 17th midday looks like it was this 327. We're going to enter that into our access database here and get to the most current entry here. So this is the 16th. This is California. I'm going to copy this ID number here so we don't have to type it. And we're going to increment it there. And then don't worry about the position field here. It's just for the database. Today is 3/18. Well, that's today. I'm sorry, look, I'm already off base here. 3/17. That's the day that we're gonna put in here. That pick 3 was 3/27 that day. The time was midday, and it's not. There's the D there for day. I still hear that music. How's that? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now, so we have a field called a type, and that is just a way to describe this combination for the program to use. The type is all different digits. It's all different types. Let's go to let's go ahead and well, we'll pull that up later. But there's several types that we use in the nomenclature on this site or for this program, and we use for a combination has all different digits. We'll just label that as for the D. The D is in different. Okay, and that you don't need to. It's really not important for you to know, but it's important for the database. It's like a tag for the type of combination that was. There are doubles. There are combinations that have two digits that are the same, or 3 digits that are the same. Those are labeled differently. We'll come to one. We'll see. Now, well, it's easy enough. If the digits are the same, it's labeled with an S, and if it's different, it's labeled with a D. And so you can imagine that a triple with all 3 digits the same would be SSS, and by the same token, double in the front would be an SSD with a D at the end, a different digit. Anyhow, it's easier when you see it. Not so important though, but you might be wondering. All right, so then we also describe that combination in terms of whether it's even or odd, whether the digits are even and odd. If we have a digit that's below or equal to 500, it's going to be a B, designated by a B as in boy. We use capitals in this database here. And then, of course, by the same token, the 2 is also below, and the 7 is above or equal to 5. Remember that equal, since that's not quite above or below itself, we'll set the marker at 5 is above 5. All right, so then the 7 would be above. That's just nominated as an A. Okay, so I'm not going to describe it. I'm just going to do it because. And then there's also a type above or below. All right, then that in that sense, we're talking about the entire set there, the 327 as a whole number. Okay, 327. That as a whole number as itself is as the combination is is below 500. But with this particular type, we're just talking about the digits, not the whole combination. There's a marker for that a little further down, but with digits, we're talking about whether it's above or below 5, right? When we label it down here, below, above. In this field here, we're talking about the entire whole number. Okay, so and that as a whole is below 500. 327 is below 500. 327 is odd or even as a whole. It's odd, so that's designated by an O. And the entire combo itself, is it above or below 5? 327 is below 500, so it's going to be below. So anyhow, that's how we put it into the database. And the database uses this program uses that information to our delight. But and then the combination, each individual digit, and digit 1 is obviously the 3, and then the 2, and then the 7, and then there's our entry. Okay, so we're gonna scroll over here so you can continue to see that label. We're gonna go to the next one and get that done here. Copy. I mean, this is oh, we're not at the end there. We better not make sure. Okay, yeah. I better get the most recent ID number there and increase it by 1. It's obviously going to be 17 evening. Is that right? Let's go back and look. This is a talk I don't. Yes, midday. This one's going to be evening, and that's designated with an N for night. All right, let's go on. You should remember the rest of the time is. Oh, whoa. You see, I make these mistakes for your benefit, so I can describe what the field's for, right? The time is night. The pick 3 itself, we didn't actually get yet. Let's go back over to the website here. On March 17th evening, it was at 686. So we'll throw that in there, 686. And then this type it's obviously got 2 same digits, and the type then would be an SDS, right? Same, different, same. And it would be an even, Steven, and then a above, right? 686. 686 is even as a whole. 686 is above 500 as a whole. Whoops. I'm not typing at a desk. I'm sort of reclining here, so I'm sort of reaching for the keyboard. And just was off just a little bit. All right, then our individual digits here. 686. Add that one. All right, copy this one. I went 2 back. Of course, none of you have to do this, but just so you know, it's not. I don't just come up with these numbers out of the top of my head. They are formulated through a series of algorithms, and each of the players on the site is really an algorithm, but for keep people happy, to give them a friendly name, and also it works to sort of categorize. It makes it easier. Can you imagine picking 1 out of 1,000? Like that's what you have to do for the pick 3, but this system gets you down to picking 1 out of 90 pretty much every day, and even down to 1 out of 40 if you take the webmaster block as a set in itself. But it'd be much easier to pick the winning if the winning digit occurs in that 90 pool set, right? So then your next question is, well, how often does the system hit? And you have to see, but if you play or if you watch it, get on the Facebook page, and I post the results every night. It comes down to about almost every other night, almost 50%. At half the time, it's in my set of 90, the pool of 90. So your odds are much better picking from a smaller pool, yes. And then, of course, there's even more indicator, steering you in the right direction on the site. All right, so as we've been talking, we're still going. We are going to get to the current day, 3:18 midday. The pick 3 was 078. All right. So if I get this video done before the draw, you'll have the most current set of California numbers for this video on this one day. But it will be it's useful for those who are following a particular player and then we're going to come back to the site and see maybe he, oh my gosh, he's no longer ranked because he probably hit already and you missed it or something like that. You need to know why. All right, so this is going to be a midday draw. It's going to be labeled as a D. Why do I keep changing that? Okay. Types DDD, different digits. You got an even at the start, you got an odd, and then you got an even. 078. 078 is the 0 is below, the 7 is above 5, the 8 is above. And gosh, I forgot the combo. Oops, I'm going to go back that far. I just want to scroll over. 078, sorry about that. So 078 is even as a whole. 078 is below 500 as a whole, and 078 is itself. 078. Okay. So now we've got our, I think it's pretty much up to date. Let's look. Let's go to the table here and just double check everything. We've got the two. Well, it hasn't updated yet. We have to. Let's have that table. We have to go back one here. Alright, now it should update. Yes, now, so there we are. Let me put the magnifier on for you. I don't know, maybe. Make it easier to see. Alright, so we've got our current, there's the current day, midday draw for March 18th, 22. Alright, so we are set. I've got an up-to-date database. Now we're going to run to the program. I'm going to stop the video right now and open that up so you don't have to go through that, okay? Okay, so now we're in the database, or the program, the do digit program. And this is the backward tracker word section. And this is where I can go back and relive the lotteries drawings from the past, but in an effort to figure out how well the program is working. So I've done this maybe, I've run hundreds of these versions of these programs back, hundreds of draws. Like most times I start out at I go back 500 draws and run it all the way to the present, to see, and then gauge how well the programs and the algorithms are working. So I say that I've rewound the program. I have to do that every so often, and I'll tell you why. And that we'll see. We store each of the results for each of the daily drawings. So as you can tell, there's currently over 150. And that's to get you have that good background for each of the players to see how well their algorithm is performing. And I've done that. I've done the testing at several versions, and these are the ones that we've settled on. So you might see a version change every once in a while as I tweak the system, and then that I've gone back at least 500 draws to run through run it through as if, yes. But having stored all these, it gets up to the program gets to be bulky, and it takes a long time to open, and even some errors occur. So we, as we saw, at about 200 draws, you'll get an alert that says the program has been rewound or reset, and all the numbers have been back tested, or all the players have been back tested through that whatever changes I made to the program to make sure that they're still hitting on a clip of about 1 in 10. On an average, each player hits about once every 10 draws. And let's go look at the scoreboard to prove that. Alright, so the webmaster here. Last hit 6 draws ago. The longest stretch that the webmaster did not pick one of the winners was 13. Backwards tracker here. Oh, one more thing about the scores table. I like this last column here when I like to look at every once in a while. This is the winnings column, and of course, over time, this is the amount of earnings if you play day, every draw, all 10 combos, all right, which is not advisable. And of course, the object of this game is to pick the right player each draw that you do play, and use the indicators. You know, the most likely being how much over his average is that player, you know, or is he near his average hit rate. But there are, you know, you can, if you were to do that with the same player every day, all 10 digits, you're surely going to come out a loser. But in the end, I want to know if, as a whole, all 9 players, I treat them as a whole system. Do they come out ahead after that many draws? And of course, I don't put up a version that won't. Okay, so over 500 draws. Believe me, I've run these things so that I make sure that in the end, at least one player is ahead of the game, because that means the system is pulse over time, right? And that means money, right? Because even though this is $553, let's see which player got that. Lucky Larry over that time. Even though it was only 553 here, that doesn't mean that you would have put $10 bet on instead of a 50-cent bet. All right, and how big is up to you, because the betting sheet only accounts for a 50-cent bet. Okay, the bare minimum. But there's no limit to what you can play. You put $10 instead of 50 cents and do the multiplication, right? And by the way, all of the pick 3 payouts they'll do it at the counter at a grocery store if they have the money, and there's no paperwork involved and no taxes, and so you have 10 tickets in I've cashed out 4 or 5 at a time. You know, a grocery store has that much cash on hand, and there you go. All right, so let's get to populating, or let's get to updating this, so that I can post the numbers tonight, okay? Let's go back to the... Alright, so we have some work here. So even though we only had to do 2 database updates on show that I showed you, of course I had added those numbers prior to and got caught up a little bit. But we are going to have to run the actual draws, okay? And so this is a system that was just opened. It hasn't been open since the 9th, so therefore the data is not right. So we're going to have to refresh the data, the worksheet with the data from the database with the well, how many numbers is it that we had to add? Since this is March 9th and there's 2 draws per day, you know, well, that means we got to go. Well, we got started with the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, right? So that's 8, and then multiply that by 2, that's 16, and then there's another day, midday here today. All right, so we'll probably have to go back 7. Well, first we're going to have to refresh the database. See, watch, I use this, I want to prove to you, because I don't want you to think that this system knows the numbers that are coming once we do the draws. Right now, if I go back 1 draw, and as soon as I hit calculate, this date's going to, this today actual will be today, okay? So just remember that's going to change. It hasn't changed, you know, at the moment, because I haven't hit refresh at all. But I'm going to actually populate the database. But first of all, I'm going to prove that if we go back 1 draw, then the previous draw was March 9th, 125. Let's go back and look. That should be our latest entry. These are the recordings of past draws. And this one then should be, if we go to the right player field. Yes, the most recent in the data in this spreadsheet was the midday March 9th draw. Okay, that's the most recent one there. So, and that was exactly what the backward tracker told you. When I went back 1 draw, it was daytime was 125. So there's nothing else in there. So if I were to put 0 then it's day. The draw 0 is 1,000, and that's just a number that goes a null number that tells the database that it's the current draw, and that the player should predict. All right. So, but now we're going to refresh the database, and I'll do it this way. Enable here. Okay. All right. So now we're going to refresh all. And that's going to bring in those, oh, I got the database open here. Hold on a minute. The database that we populated, I got to close that, okay. With that database, you can see it has the 9th, the 125, the 9th there. And I've had to add all of these, but none of these have been drawn yet, according to the due digit lottery system. Doesn't know these. But I am going to pull them in because they've been drawn, and the system will need to be able to, see that next number, once that date has, come about. All right, so, but we got to close this database so that we can use the spreadsheet. We can refresh the spreadsheet. And we're going to refresh all. And now if we go back one draw, what was today's, we looked at the site, remember? What was today's draw? 078 should be 078 should be the, one draw ago, yes? Let's see. Yes, there it is, okay. Oh, 78. All right. All right, so then now this system has. If I'm going to run the draws tonight, I'd be ready to go. But I know I'm not because we got to add all those past draws, and we're going to go back about, what did we say? 16 maybe draws. We're looking. What number are we looking for? We'll look for that last, and it will go up. We'll look for the last 125, and then if we see that, we'll go. We'll 1. That's how the backward tracker works. So we got the 078. Well, let's go. Let's try 16. See what is this? Let's try 17. Draws back. 16. Let's try 15. I should just do the math, but we got to be close. Was it? Let's see how high I did 14 in 2 words. It has to be. Let's try 18. Sorry. Is that what we were looking for? 105? 125. Okay. All right. Well, let's look for the date. Well, we know the date. 3/9. It should help us. I'm sure someone's at home saying, it's 20. Let's see. We got back to Wednesday, March 9th evening. If we went back 19, then that should take us to midday. And it does, so we're going to have to put in, so then we're going to go 1 forward to 18, and that should be evening, Wednesday, March 10th. Let's try it and see. Oops, I had to go forward, 17. There's the midday, March 10th, but we need 18 back, that's right. We need this 105, the Wednesday, March 10th night, evening number, okay? And so here we go. But basically, what I'm doing, all the players have predicted. It's draw pending. You see, so they're draw pending for the evening and on the 9th, and that's exactly what we want. It doesn't know the number. When it knows the number, it'll be here. But it's all these players are predicting right now. So Gandalf has put his predictions out. Made his picks. Roulette, recall, dice roller, and double down. So we like to see one of the hits come from one of these players because the webmaster puts a little more money on it. Wheels each of the digits. Blues are always wheeled, but if webmaster set, they're all going to be wheeled. Okay. Not that much. $27 when the payout is 250 for the 50-cent wager. Okay, if you bet $1, then that payout would be 500, and this would be $54 usually, But hey, you can also just play the blues, and that's it's a manageable. The blues come pretty often, often enough to put some big money on when you do, I say. But right now, these players have set their predictions. The draw is pending, and we're going to actually do the calculations as if the draw had not come, but we're going to see if it hits. All right. And for that, I'm going to pull up this. Well, let's go up. I can pull up that. I'm going to say. All right. So I usually do that from a different page here, so that I can see the players. This row right here. These are the pairs that each of the the algorithm for each of the players comes up with, and there's 9 of them. And then each of these pairs is paired with the 0 through 9 for the set, as you can tell, as you probably already know. I'm going, So in this case, Lucky Larry produced a 61 front pair, and then put all the 0, the 1, the 2, and all the way down to 9. Okay, so that's how he'll set it up. Each of the players. So obviously the double down had a split a 16, 1, 6, and then the 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way down. And I'll have the scores table. I don't know if you play pairs, but the pick 3 will play a front pair or a back pair or a split pair, and it's still the same 50 cent. The payoff's only $25, at least in Ohio. I imagine it's similar over there in California. But the two-digit system is really a pair picking program. It's really good at producing the next pair of numbers that should come, and that's if you just pull the pair out of there, and a pretty good average on hitting the right front pair, back pair, or split pair also, but the wheel, I like the wheel myself to take care of that, but that's just an added bonus if you play pairs. Okay, figure out the pair and the player's set, and then play that if the way he played it. Okay, so we're going back. We're now going to run this. I'm talking too much. All right, so we know what the next number is, but the system doesn't. So we're looking to see who hits the 105. All right, so let's go over to their pair, and we get you. Here's the. See, remember I told you about day 0. Well, obviously on the 9th we were at day 0, and that's why this 1,000 is in the winning combo area. So the system, the two-digit system, when it refers to that right now, knows that it's the upcoming draw. Okay. All right. So when we hit calculate that these we'll get some indicators who hit, and this number will change once the calculation is done to that 105 that the draw is supposed to be. Okay. But we're going to be looking to see if any of these any of these highlight get lit up with a win or not. A little further down I can see who hits off of this page, but we'll go to the actual betting page. Here's something that I have for my benefit, that you all don't, but maybe one day when we have a paid site we will. I can tell which rankings are hitting the most moment in time. That player is judged by the webmaster to be the least likely. If that's true, then my higher rankings should be much higher than the lower. But at times, the lower rank, so the webmaster takes that into account, and sometimes you'll see the webmaster will pick a rank 9 or rank 8, and it'll be for reasons that the algorithm is indicating. Okay, but let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and run that and see who hits this 105. Okay. All right. So I am actually going to pull the magnifier up beforehand. First, I'm going to hit calculate because it's kind of weird hitting that thing with the magnifier on. Okay. But as soon as I hit calculate, when I hit calculate, watch this line. This line here for, and then it'll light up down here. All right, so if you'd like to see that, I just like to prove that something's going on, and it's not just somebody filling these things out. It's actually calculating the odds. All right, here we go. We're going to get status indicator here, but you pay attention to this line here, okay? Nobody got that. All right, so let's just kind of unwieldy. So we'll put this down here, and we'll go ahead and get set up for the next draw. So we have to record this particular event, and I wrote a macro to do that, so we won't have to spend time. You won't have to listen to the clicking and the clacking. It'll just get that done real quick for us. Okay, so and that should have put our last draw in the right place over here on the other sheet. There's the 105, and no wins on that one, but now it's in the record, and we're going to go on to the next draw. Okay, so after this, it should go at a little faster clip. I won't talk as much. We'll just go ahead and we're at 17 draws back, or if we calculate. The next number coming is going to be a 628. So let's go over to the sheet here. I'll get set up in the right so you can see what's going on here. And this field should change after the calculation to a 628. Okay. And we're going to watch this row of pairs, player pairs. This also indicates the front or back pair or the split pair. This would be a split and reverse, a PS, flip the reverse. But if it's SP, it's a split. Either way is a split. It's just reverse the digits on either end, okay? That's what the player does. The player's predicting it'll come that way, 7 and 9. It'll be a 9 and a 7 on 9 in the front and a 7 on the back with all the digits. You play all the digits in between. Okay, but anyhow, you don't have to look at this. It's all done for you. All right. So here we go. Let's go ahead and calculate. Okay, I see no winners. All right, so nobody got 628. Let's go ahead and record this. We're just going to store it. All right, then we're going to go to draw. 16 draws back. It's going to be the Thursday, March 10th evening draw, which was 8:36. So we're looking to catch an 8:36 on one of these players. This is the third shot. I bet you will. All right, let's calculate. Alright, so we got no hits there. So it looks like that's here. Let's go up. We're still going to plot on. I'm going to save it. Alright, then we're going to go next on. We're going to go 15 draws back. I'm going to calculate this and see what the next digit's going to be. So it's going to be 607. That should I bet you we'll get a hit on this one. All right. Whoops. Oh, this magnifying glass really throws me off. So I'm going to shut it off for just a second. All right, let's go. Let's go to the right page. All right, let's look. We're looking for a 607 is the next draw. And we're looking for a winner, a big winner. Still no winner. Okay, but we still gotta save it. And we're gonna go back 14. Which is going to be a 494 for Friday, March 11th. Evening draw. Alright, remember we're going to watch these fields here. You're looking for any of these to light up once the calculation is done. No winner. So this is a drought. Alright, but we gotta carry on. System is not right all the time. But it's often right often enough. And this is the reason for this video here tonight is just to give you a little insight into how it's done. And the fact that we have to do it anyhow because the system runs on past draws, okay? Some of the calculations are due to what came before. Alright, so we still got 13 more to go here. Oops. Alright, we're going back 13 days, or draws, I should say. Back to Friday, March 11th. Whoop, no, we haven't done the calculate yet. There we go. The midday, Saturday, March 12th. Should be a 729. Alright, remember we're going to be watching this row of pairs, predicted pairs. They'll light up here if they do hit. Maybe I can get them both in the same screenshot. I'll try. It looks like it. Maybe. Don't know. Let's see. It's just a little bit. Anyhow, it's got it underlined anyhow. That's kind of good. Okay, we've got a winner, and it's a blue, actually a blue lit winner. All right, so we've got our first win of the 5 we've just done here. You know, it's kind of good that not so many are hitting because these were not on the site, and nobody could have won if they had it hit. Okay, but nonetheless, we take So in this case, Lucky Larry hit the blue. And we're going to go on down to 12 draws back. This should be a 9-5-5. When the double is coming, we'll have to take a look at the double predictions. Good chance to talk about those. Today the alert for playing doubles is on, so that's a good thing. So you know, when this trigger is on, then each of the player data sheets, it'll say play double. I don't know if you've noticed before, but sometimes it'll say upcoming doubles, and that just means that if you want to play doubles, those are the ones to pick, but the system is not predicting a double on that day. Right now the system is predicting triples, as we see, and those are the triples out of the 9 triples that you might want to play. However, sometimes this doesn't say triples, it just says triples, and that just means that if you're going to play triples, those are the best ones. But when it says play triples, I suggest you play all the triples 0 through 9, you know, because there's only 10 of them. 50 cents at 50 cents, you can cover all of them for $5, you know. Play them straight and win $500 for 50 cents. The system is calling for doubles at this time on this date, March 18th, 2022 at 6:14 p.m. All right, so, but we better get a move on if we want to get this next set of numbers up on the site tonight, okay? So I'm going to keep on going. We're going to keep on. We've recorded this. Let's make sure. Is it in our record base? Yes, there's the win. Okay. Alright, so let's go back to the tracker. Oh, we're looking for the 955. Okay, we haven't run that yet. Let's get the screen up here. Okay. Let's hope. Now remember I said they win in bunches. You get one hit, then they, you know, usually have a few more, but let's just see if that reigns true tonight or at this moment. See there? We got another win. 955. Dead on, baby. Haha. Sweet. And it's a blue lit. So there we go. Let's see who got blue. Okay. How about that? Gandalf. Gandalf got the he got it straight too. These two fields will light up green if it actually gets the number straight. If you did that. Look there. The play doubles was right. It told you to play the doubles, and it told you to play the 5. Excellent. You see how that works? Beforehand, this will say play doubles if it's an alert to play. If it just says upcoming doubles, it just means if you want to play them, you can play them if you like and play those. So that's a double whammy on that one. That's awesome. Okay, so we got to record that one. And we have set for the next draw. Let's go back. 11. We're looking for a 145 on the next go around here. Places people. This magnifier is messing me up. But let me get you scrolled over to the right section. Alright, we're always looking for that in this field right here. That new number show up. See it right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and calculate. Alright. No hits. Listen. Alright, we're going back to... We are now Sunday, March 13th, and we're looking for the evening draw of 764. Watch these fields. Looks like we got a hit. Front pair 74. Let's go look and see. That would be a lucky Irish, and he played twice the wager that day, so it's more than $24. It's 54. And as you can tell, since he wasn't a webmaster pick, he's left to his own devices, did not wheel the 746. Okay, but nonetheless, it's a win, and that's another. Sorry that it happened while we were away. All right, but the show goes on. Northam got 9 draws back. We'll be looking for 302. Let's see if anybody can nab that. Oops, we want to calculate the whole workbook, not just the one pager. A lot of algorithms are running in the background as we come up with our final solution here. Ah, another blue. Isn't that another blue lit special? Jeez, I mean, I'm loving this, but I'm hating the fact for you that unfortunately these were not run because the system, like I told you, was being transferred to a new host, and it was down for a few days. But we have to keep it running because, like I said, the system's based on prior events. And how about that? All right, so let's see who got this one. Take a look at the wager sheet here. That was Crystal Ball, and look at that. That's a webmaster pick. 2 times the wager. Wonder why? You know, there's several factors that go into determining why. Sometimes you only bet 50 cents, and sometimes it suggests a double. But it was right on target. Webmaster picked the Crystal Ball as the winner, and there you go. All right, so let's go ahead and record this one again. Oh, we're getting there, folks. All this commentary is probably slowing us down. Just want to see the results. Let's just go. Let's see, we're going 8 draws back. Ooh, there's the triple. There's the triple that was predicted on every bettor's page. What was it? It was 000, so maybe it didn't get it. Oh, that was double. So that double would have turned into a triple. The doubles, and you played 000, you'd have hit that triple. You know, if you played that whole set. But the Let's go look and see what the actual picks were. That's not gonna matter. It was just for the sheet. What were the triples? Yeah. So the do triples. How about, you see what I'm saying? Woohoo! Well, I'm glad I showed this tonight because it actually is very fortuitous. All right. Well, anyhow, sorry, California. Oh, so sorry. Dang. Oh, unbelievable. I'm getting madder and madder as we go along. Not because, I mean, the systems actually work. Like I said, it always happens when this is like telling somebody you caught a big fish. But you all have seen it. And anyhow, if you've been following it, you realize that the system does do some amazing things. All right, we're down to draw 7 draws to go here. Let's get this done. I'll get your numbers up tonight by 7:30. It's right now 6:24. I have an hour. I don't know, buddy. We'll see. Let's stop talking here. Oh, by the way, we're calculating for the next set. I'm not on that page. I'll go back to it once it's done here. Can't move. Well, you can already tell we missed this table. This page also has an indicator, but we have to go back and record the results anyhow. So you see, remember I said it hits in bunches. Yeah. Well, there's the number was 323, and the double table did have the. Let's go to the double table. Good opportunity. And there we go. So you see this sometimes. There we get rid of that. Excuse me. Okay, so there's the win. And boy, it's a great opportunity that all these things are happening because I can explain them like couldn't do without having witnessed this right here. So here we actually have some great things. We actually picked the actual type. The type was SDS, the same kind of double that came, the 323. It's in the number 1 ranked column. Okay, in other words, if you're just going logically, say, I'll play the number 1 ranked. If I play all 10 of these, if you wheel a double, it's at 50 cents. It's only $1.50 for each double, so you win the $500 payout or the $250 payout at 50 cents. And so $1.50 you can wheel for what. That's not too much to wheel every single digit, but you also could just, it's funny that the blue says play the whole set, all right, because everything is blue. All right, that's pretty darn good. All right, so every day when you look at this doubles chart, it gives you the type to play if you want to play it straight. Since the type hit exactly, you didn't even have to wheel these doubles to get the payout. You could have played it straight. So 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, $5. You could have played this whole set and won $250. Or you could have played it 10 times and won, 2,500, whatever, multiply it yourself. All right, excellent. All right, well, we've got to record this day and get on to getting on. There we go. We're 6 draws back now. We've had how many wins already that I've taken advantage of, but hopefully this has been worth it to see. It's been worth it, it's kind of an adventure to try, well, we must have done 16 draws here, and what if every one of them would have lost? Then, we've been proven a bad system, I suppose, but, I think that, the winds already, you know, have vindicated the site. All right, so let's go. Let's finish up here. I'll quit talking. Well, wait. Let's do our diligence here. Did we save that? There's no win. I know. Let's see. Oops, I don't want to go too far back there. There's the 323. That was the last. So we need to record this 369. Put it in the files. And let's get on to 227. 227 should be the next number. Next draw should appear right here. Alright, let's go. Calculate. Let's do this. Let's see if we get another win. I'm rooting for a win, and at the same time I'm rooting for a loss, just so the site can be primed for some winnings when I do get the new numbers up. Alright, 95%. Any winners? No winners. No winners. Okay, good. Let's go. I saved it. And hey, I didn't get to win on those opportunities either, so it's not just y'all. Are we on the right page here? No, we need that 227. Okay. I have to. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm not good with this stupid unwieldy magnifying glass. Alright, so we did 227. Did we record it? No, we gotta put it back there, so let's go ahead and by the way, the doubles we didn't get the doubles on this one. I'm sorry to say. No wins on that day. Okay, going 4 draws back to March 16th. It was 369 that day. Let's see if anybody got it. No wins, nobody hit. Lord have mercy. Alright, 3 draws to go. There's some time it takes to cut and paste this stuff onto the site. I'm sorry, I'm rushing. We got to get this done by what you got. Well, actually, California is 3.5 hours ahead of time. We're well within the time. All right, very good. Calm down. What are we at? 72%. Okay. All right, let's go back. Ooh, and I can tell from this page that we have a win. Crystal ball. All right, excellent. Let's go find it. There's that stupid magnifier. Actually, it's very useful. Okay, let's go look at crystal balls win here. knows? It was a webmaster pick. Yes. It was 2 times the wager, so the payout was a little bigger. And there's another win for you that I'm sorry to say you could have had. We all could have had. We don't want to do that record from this page. We're going to do it, save it from this page here. That's sweet. Two draws back. We're almost current, folks. Look for 686. Are we predicting triples today? I mean doubles? No, actually the system is not, but it's coming anyhow. But still, it will have guessed. It will have put its its predictions. Here we go. 5, 7, 8. So it's not going to hit the doubles today. We already know. But the player may have the fixes, do they? No. Alright, so I don't believe we have any. Well, anyhow, these actually change. This is not set. This is for yesterday's draw. So these pairs won't necessarily be the same that they are in place. This pair, for several consecutive draws, but that's not always the case. There's a double 8-8 there. I turn into a double 6-6. Pay attention to this line. We'll see what happens. You don't know till you do it. All right, so let's calculate. Let's go on and see if we can get this. If a player, we should have looked up. We should have taken a look at the player's chart before this draw. We could have determined it that way too, but it's funner. It's kind of fun to do it this way. Like the drawing itself, anticipation. I don't see a winner, so that's okay. We didn't expect it, and let's go on. Got to put this in the books. All right. One draw back. This would be midday today then. Let's pretend that the draw is coming up. We have a winner somewhere. Let's go see who won. It's going to be Lucky Irish. It was not a webmaster pick. And it was only a $49 win, but a win nonetheless. Alright, so there we go. Let's hit maybe, what we do, 6 out of 14? I don't know. Pretty darn good, and sorry to say that all those numbers are gone forever. But the system will be up to date. And now we have one more thing to do before we stop this video here and get those numbers up on the site. And that is to set the numbers for tonight. And we'll do it right here live on video. So going to the current draw is going to be draw 0. That's how draw 0 gets the players all excited. They're ready to go, ready to predict. Okay, so it's going to say draw 0 here. Now we'll go over to the wager sheets, and right now they're populated with yesterday's or the last draw's bets. I'll stay on this page when we do the calculations, and you'll see the numbers change. Well, maybe I should shrink this down so you can see more of them change at once. But what this means is that on day 0, on the current draw, I'll set this to 0, and then we'll calculate once more as if they were, the same how we just went through and we predicted right before. What will happen is they'll put their predictions in those new slots, and then it'll be ready to put on the site for y'all. In this midday draw, it'll say draw pending, in this field here. and it'll be ready to go. You know, it's like a pregnant board of opportunity. You know, just waiting to hit. Okay, here we go. Let's I'll go ahead and hit calculate, and they'll get set up here. And anybody who's watching is going to be privy to these numbers first. Because if I don't get them on the site, I won't publish. If I can't get them on in time, then I won't put them up at all. But you'll have them, and you can do what you will with what you have. All right, so it's almost done. I'll put the magnifier over here so you can see. Maybe a quick change. There we go. So here we have tonight's. This is Friday, March 18th, 2022. The Buckeyes have won the first game of the tournament, and here are your California pick 3 numbers for tonight, or predictions for tonight. Gandalf Gifts. He's got an 8-9 front pair. Lucky Irish looks like a front pair 87. Let's not change any of our formulas, folks. Alright, and then we have Ace of Spades with a 7-4 split. Looks like, yeah. 7-4 with the 0, 7-4 with the 1. Okay, in between. Roulette Runner, 73 front pair. Crystal Ball is going with a, looks like a back 0-4 back pair. 0-4 back pair. And then there's Dice Roller. He's picking tonight is looks like back pair 0-3. 0-3 back pair. Spin the wheels. 95 front pair. Lucky Larry 79 front pair, and a double down is going with the 61 back pair. Looks like. All right. So good luck, folks. Those are the numbers. I gotta leave you now and put them right up on the site for you. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. And please come back